Why do men stay with women they are no longer in love with? Well, you need to understand what is the nature of their relationship. Are they engaged? Are they married? Or are they just dating? If they're married, I will tell you why he's staying with her even though he's no longer in love with her. I will tell you, it's cheaper to keep her than to divorce her. Divorce proceeding in this country is not a joke. So why wouldn't he stay with her, though he's not in love with her? So that's one of the reasons. Because he doesn't want to lose half of his life earning, by leaving her. If she doesn't mind being in that type of arrangement, then he doesn't mind. Though he's not in love with her, do you know he's still banging her? Yes, he is. Because love has nothing to do with a man's physical need. You need to know that. So, on the other hand, it could be because he wants to maintain societal norms, a facade. He is letting society lead his life and guide his life for him. If you're not happy in a relationship and you are not in love with this woman, you are doing her a disservice by staying with her. Just be honest and leave, because you are wasting her time. She may not even know that you are not in love with her anymore. She may be so oblivious to the fact that you have tapped out of that relationship. You may not exhibit a sign of someone who's no longer in love with his partner. So she could be in the dark. Because you're trying to maintain a facade and you're letting society guide you. You're afraid of societal judgment. You're afraid of, being a failure. There's nothing wrong with failing. People live and learn. Maybe this marriage failed. Move on. Find someone better or someone suitable or someone that is compatible. Okay, it's not the end of the world just because your relationship went south and now you're no longer in love with her, but you are keeping her. Because you may be afraid to hurt her feelings. You care about how she feels, but you're already hurting her feelings by not being in love with her. Because the worst thing that can happen to a woman is to be married to a man who's no longer in love with you, who no longer finds you attractive enough to be with, but he's still in it. The outcome is not good for both parties. The woman, like I said, the outcome is not good. If you've realized that you're not in love with her and she's still in love with you, because she could be still madly in love with you, but you have tapped out, okay, due to numerous reasons. The reason doesn't justify why you are in it. Because I know most of the time when there is a contractual agreement, which is marriage, men usually, if they're not in love with the woman, they leave. They don't leave. It's hard for men to leave their marriage than women, but it is a myth. Women don't just leave their marriages like women easily leave their marriages than men. That's how come women are the one who files for most divorce. A man can stay in a very miserable relationship, in a miserable marriage, afraid to leave, just doesn't want to leave. Too comfortable. Okay? Too comfortable. So those can happen too. Yeah, he just said, well, I think I'm okay just the way it is. And it's not okay. It could be better. He could do better, right? He can have choices. But in his mind, the choice is not to leave. The choice is to stay, maybe work it out. But then he's going against his own self. He's no longer in it. He doesn't want to be in it. But he is in it. That's how come men don't initiate divorces. Women are very quick. Once they're not feeling it, they say, you know what? I've been taking this for a while. Women can definitely harbor grudges for a long time. And then they just come and say, this is the paper. I'm gone. That's how they operate. That's how come they are the 80 percentile that file for it. And the men, they don't. They just sit there and endure it. And say, well, my life is fine. I think I'm good. It's not that bad. It's not that bad until they realize it's really bad. But then it's too late. Then it's too late. Then it's the worst. So that's how come men stay in relationship whereby they have fell out of love with the woman, but they stay in it because of these sad reasons. And when they're married, it makes this very difficult. So now let's talk about the other cases whereby they are just lovers, okay? They're just, maybe they're engaged, and maybe they're just lovers. There isn't a contract between them, but he still stays, though he's no longer in love with her. I think the reason why this jar, like this type, this type of scenario, is because one, it could be the man is lacking self, how you call it, is lacking confidence. He doesn't think he can do better. I mean, he thinks it may be difficult for him to land another woman, but that's not the case. If he landed her, he should be able to land another one, right? But in his mind, he doesn't want to start over. You see, even though they're not yet in the contractual marriage, they're just dating or they're just engaged. He doesn't want to take this risk. In his mind, it's a risk, but yet he's not in love with her. So it is a complex topic whereby it's all boiled down to the psychological and the mental state of that man, because the reasons will not make sense to you and me. But it's not about you and me, though. It's about the mental state of the person in that situation. You see, so you're no longer in love with her. Why can't you just let her go? It could be also due to jealousy. A man cannot be in love with a woman but still be jealous to the fact that he doesn't want to free her because other men will get with her. It could be because of those crazy reasons. You would be surprised of the thought process of some men out there. They say, well, I don't want her, but you cannot have her either. What do you want then? You don't find her attractive. It may not even be attraction. You fell out of love with her. Why are you wasting her time? Oh, well, he said, well, since she's in love with me, I can keep her and get another woman. What? Yeah, I would just keep her. And waste her time? Waste her time? Tell her the truth. If she's going to hurt, she's going to hurt just for a short amount of time. But you give her the opportunity to meet the man of her life. You may not be the man of her life because you don't want her anymore. Set her free. There's nothing wrong with setting her free. You already had her. You've been with her. You wasted her time enough. So just let her go. It's not the end of the world. I mean, it's never the end of the world. Breakup, makeup happens. You might even meet the best woman of your life when you let her go. Do her like this service by telling her the truth and letting her go. There's nothing wrong with starting over. Hanging on to what is not working in a relationship is not worth it. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Because then it's like you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Okay, keeping her there has a facade because you guys have portrayed how you call it, the perfect couple. And the word perfect shouldn't be applied to human. Nobody is perfect, including me. So if you have portrayed that image and now you're embarrassed, okay, my fiancé here, my fiancé there, now you don't want to backtrack and say, well, it didn't work out. Look, there's nothing wrong with accepting your wrong and accepting your failure. And I think people respect you if you fail and admit it, than if you don't know that you have failed. If you don't know that you have failed, or you don't want to acknowledge that you have failed, then you are going to keep failing. You are going to keep failing because then you have not acknowledged, you have not learned from your past mistakes. So how can you correct your current mistake? You will keep making the same mistake over and over and over. Every year, you know. So just let her go. It's never too late to let someone go. It's never too late to restart your life. That's what I'm saying. Restarting your life, the idea of restarting your life can be very scary. So that's how come certain people are in a relationship that do not deserve them, are in the very bad relationship and they stay in it. I will never condone someone to stay in a bad relationship because I know the value of life. You need to cherish your life. Every moment that goes by, you are aging, and every moment that goes by is precious. Do not waste it on what societal norms is. You need to be selfish when it comes to life. You need to be selfish in order for you to survive everything life has to throw at you. Sometimes you have to be selfish. That's the only way you can make it. If you are too emotional, you cannot make it. You need to be logical. People who are practical, they're not that emotional. Okay, practical people, emotion doesn't have a space in their life. If it's not working out, let her go. It's never too late. Okay,